soft rear tyre, and he blamed the tyre at the end of the race, but you know, I think that's what happens when you give the soft a really hard time try to run for it. It starts to drop off, you know, it's normal, and I don't think the tyre did anything wrong. It started dropping like it should have. He made a mistake, you know, he got thrown up in the air. When he landed, he dislodged the fairing. The bikes are built very lightly, you know, to get performance, but sometimes you can break them. Just keep running, you know, with your own legs. Yeah, here he is, number 71. It was cruel luck, of course. Carlos Tatai is gate crashing the Indonesian party at the moment. He's got top of the par with a 142.022. If you're joining us for the first time this weekend, just a little bit of housekeeping before it gets really busy in this Q2 session. Ewan Sasaki's teammate John McPhee on the Solar Guard and Max Racing Team Husqvarna, sadly not with us this weekend. McPhee fractured 2 vertebrae in his back training in a single motor accident last week, not the place here this weekend. If you're watching back in Andorra, John, we wish you a speedy recovery. Thankfully those fractures are stable. They hope to be back in Argentina in a couple of weeks' time. Rest well. Oh, this is a big moment potentially in this Q2 session, because Dennis Foggia has gone down on the Leopard Honda. Now then, crashing at turn 2, another rider's been caught out by turn 2. We saw Ricky Rossi down there earlier in this session. Carter Total was down there. Also in Q1, is it front or rear going? Front going in, I reckon. Or is it rear midway around? Like we've seen the front going in, yeah. Now, there doesn't look like, other than cosmetic damage, like there's anything too badly wrong with that machine. Maybe a brake lever. Yeah, you know, maybe a foot peg or a rear brake lever, front brake lever. Now, where is Foggia at the moment? 5th, so it's not a complete disaster, but it may well just compromise his challenge for pole position. He tips in to turn 2, fully committed. Gravity takes over, unfortunately, then for the Italian. Hopefully he can get back. They knock a few things around and get him back out there. Have another shot at it. So the Leopard on the team will look on Tatai Aji and Guevara. That's your front row. Let's pop back down to Jack Antior. It was nice to have a word with Ricardo Rossi. Plenty for him to come in and talk to us after that bruising crash early on in this session. So that's you, Jack.
Yeah, I've not managed to grab a word with him. It was just a quick update. The fact that he was wanting to get back out on track, even though he couldn't put any weight at all on his left leg. He had to be carried into the box. Add to the fact that his visor's been knocked off, and clearly he's had a bang to the head. So one of the IRTA representatives had to come down to the 658 box and say, you need to go to the medical centre to be fully cleared before you can go back out on track. The bike is ready to go, but the clock is ticking. I doubt he's going to be able to get that medical inspection and back to the box in time to set the lap.
Yeah, thanks for that update, Jack. Yeah, the riders, of course, always anxious to get back on with the action, but the medical protocols, some new medical protocols implemented for this year, particularly with riders who clearly had a whack to the head. That's crystal clear. Ricardo Rossi did that, so he's going to have checks in the medical centre, and like Jack said, I think, unfortunately, the clock working against him. I'm so glad to hear that. You know, like I was saying, sometimes you have trouble seeing when you've had a bang on the back of the head. I've experienced it a few times, and so good that when they spot that, they drag him in and check him out. Absolutely, couldn't agree more. So Carlos Tatai at the moment then, on course for what would be a career first pole position, and just a second row start of his Grand Prix career. His first, of course, came, I think it was on his Grand Prix debut, a wild card. He really stunned the world. A 3rd place on the grid in the 2019 Aragon Grand Prix. Here's our race winner then from round 1, Andrea Migno, who was quickest in FP1, quickest in FP3. Migno at the moment on course for a 3rd row start, in the 3rd row in 8th place. Not a disaster, but they'll certainly be looking for more. Andrea Migno was part of the fabled VR46 Academy. That Qatar went his first 83 Grand Prix since Mugello 2017. 3 podiums in his last 6 Grand Prix for Andrea Migno. So he's definitely a rider in form, and the perfect way to kick off 2022 is it's now going to get very, very busy. Yeah, and can the local boy hang on, you know? Because this times are going to change. I would so like to see him stay in that top 2 rider. This would be a dream result, wouldn't it, for Mario Aggi? Still in 2nd place with a 142.051 in that short gap in between Q1 and Q2. We've seen how dramatically the track conditions have improved, with more rubber being laid down. Some of those damp patches are drying up. There is time to be found out there. Can Aggi cling on to into a front row. Can he see his pole position back and send the home crowd into raptures?
I think the guys are going to all take a big risk, and the times are going to come tumbling. I really do. You know, there may be some riders as well, but I think the times will come tumbling. I'd just like to throw in there, while these lads are all trying to avoid being the one to lead back, is I think the Honda will suit here because of those fast-flowing turns, and they just apparently feel so comfy at an angle on the throttle, holding a line and not chattering around as we saw a little bit there. And I really think I'd like to be on the Honda here, you know, if I was one of these riders.
Sergio Garcia has pretty much got this Mandalika circuit exclusive to himself right now, as the man, of course, who topped that opening qualifying session. Just wanted as well, while we're mentioning a few other riders, Diego Moreira, fantastic start to his World Championship career. 6th place in Qatar, came from 21st on the grid as well. Maverick Vinales, of course, was the tipped to essentially be a world title contender this year. As Garcia goes up into 6th place, that's put Moreira back down to 7th, but it's been another really, really strong Grand Prix weekend so far for the impressive rookie. Made up 12 places in Qatar. On your Grand Prix debut to be just 1.4 seconds off the win. Very impressive and showing exactly why Maverick Vinales rates him so highly. So then now it's going to get busy. It's going to get frenetic and frantic at the end of this Moto3 Q2. We're into the final, 1 minute and 45 seconds. We just saw a lot of riders peeling out of the pit lane. Sergio Garcia then perfectly happy to do the work on his own here. 6th place for him. We'll be happy with that. A place on that second row. This man's looking for more as well. His teammate Tatai on pole is Artigas, who's trying to wrestle away that pole position. He's trying to make it what would be a dream 1-2 for the CF Moto Racing Crucial GP team. Bit of a mouthful, but we got there in the end.
A Chinese brand and motorcycle barrier, big manufacturer, CF Moto.
Yeah, the CF Moto branded package, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of Chinese people watching in this part of the world as well. Such popular sport, isn't it, in Southeast Asia? Yeah, the lap times. About 42.022 set by Tatai. There's a way with that from Tatai, wasn't there? Again, coming through turn 16, turn 2 and 16, so really, really tricky, aren't they?
Catching a lot of riders. It looks like they're trying to find its turn, and the front's just letting go right in the middle.
So a first 141 of the session comes in from the two teammates, Tatai and Artigas. They do take that CF Moto 1-2. Aji is still, as the clock ticks down to 30 seconds remaining on that front row. Foggia, who's picked himself up and picked that Leopard Honda up after still at turn 2 a few months ago. What can Foggia do? This looks like it might be a front row. It is a 141.862. That pushes Aji off the front row. Aji himself though is on a decent lap, trying to get himself back in the contention for that top 3. A 4th place would still be a huge result though for Aji in front of his home crowd. Now then we look back towards Adrian Fernandez. There's Sasaki and a little chatter pushing the front tyre of that Husqvarna through the final corner. What can Sasaki do late on here? Over the line he comes. He takes the checkered flag, the Japanese rider. Best he can hope for then is 8th place on due. The turn also took the checkered flag. He went up into 6th spot.
And the pole man, Tatai, is on another one. Look, a couple of reds.
He was really unlucky, Simon, in Qatar. He had podium potential, no doubt about it. He's clipped with that CF Moto scored very, very quickly. Unfortunately, of course, he was involved in that very first lap incident with Garcia, which put Garcia through the long lap. He was sort of kicking Tatai while he was down. Garcia, of course, having bumped him off, then went on to take a podium. Tatai, though, bouncing back impressively well here. There is Andre Mino, our world championship leader. He comes out the final corner, trying to pick up a bit of slipstream behind the rookie Ortola. Oh, he did brilliantly. Oh, Aji's got on the front row, brilliant. We saw there quickly, Moreira's got on the front row as well, the number 10 machine. Just behind him, it was Ortola, wasn't it, on the number 48 bike, the impressive rookie who was dragging Mino around. Aji and Moreira got on the back of those two, and it looks like the pair of them are on the front row. Is there going to be any late drama here? Any late changes? Tatai looks like he may have taken that pole position. Brilliant job by him with 141.232. The sensational rookie Moreira looks like he's going to be on the front row in 2nd place. A super Mario Aji, a super performance, a 141.567. That looks like it's game over in that really dramatic conclusion. Q2 in Moto 3, Tatai takes his first pole position. Moreira in just his second Grand Prix start on the front row. And can you believe it? In his home Grand Prix, the first Indonesian Grand Prix for 25 years, and an Indonesian will be on the front row. Have they got any more tickets to sell?
Hey, Tatai, what a ride. There's brilliant. But two so inexperienced riders doing so well, finishing off the front row. Moreira and Aji, unreal. Yeah, they've really made the whole planet watch them today.
Top job that was, particularly by this man, Carl Tatai, is really disappointed. As you mentioned in Qatar, because he clearly had the pace. He has a little bit of a fist
Ya,
bump.
Carlos Tatai mendapat pole position dan diikuti oleh Moreira, dan yang ketiga ada Mario Aji, kebanggaan kita di hari ini untuk Moto3. Lagi luar biasa dunia, tidak sabar untuk menantikan bagaimana jalannya balapan besok ini. Ya kan? Pada dikasihkan, ya kan? Benar sekali namanya kan?
Ya, pada sore Haji menjadi pembalap Indonesia pertama di kelas Moto3 yang bisa pernah atau start di barisan terdepan. Oh, jadi ini nanti yang kita harapkan pada sore Haji punya kesempatan cukup bagus, karena dengan kesempatan tampil di front row ini menjadi semacam kesempatan yang sangat baik untuk bisa maju ke depan.
Tapi kalau kita lihat konsistensi dia kayaknya bisa deh menurut saya. Soalnya dari 1 ke 3 tuh cuma beda beberapa dari 0, sekian gitu ya kan Jonia. Kalau kita lihat, nah ini kalau besok konsisten dan mungkin data-data yang dikumpulkan sudah oke, kayaknya sih bisa.
Nah, modal siap-siap deh kita merayakan, ya bagi bakal bendera.
Benar. Ini kita semua setuju berarti ya. Ini kalau kita melihat ya, wah masih pada euforianya. Ya,
Ini Carlos Tatai pun boleh dikatakan performa cukup bagus. Ya, sebelumnya tampil di Gres ini Indonesia Racing dan lalu sekarang tampil di Jakarta tuh.
Oke, baiklah kalau begitu kami akan segera kembali setelah komersial break yang satu ini. Tetaplah di kualifikasi Trans 7 bersama dengan Indi dan juga Jani. Kembali kamu ke jalan. Aku dulu. Ayo, jaga kesehatan diri sendiri dan sekitar. Aku datang dari sumber air di alam yang terlindungi. Aku selalu ada. Berikan sehat berkualitas untuk kita. Apapun aktivitasmu, aku dulu. Ya, jadi saya kembali hadir langsung dari Bandung International Circuit. Nah, tepatnya ada di Lombok Tengah. Begitu bangganya Anja ada di sini. Kenapa? Karena ternyata Mandalika begitu indah itu. Sangat indah. Kenapa? Karena dikelilingi oleh pantai-pantai yang sangat bersih, indah, dan juga yang juga jarang terlihat. Biasanya kalau ada yang terus juga ada bukit sayur, ada berasa yang bisa dibaca dalam rekor dari situ. Lihat kan? Nah itu bukit sayur namanya. Nah makanya ini senang banget. Tapi kalau untuk bukit 360 ini, oke. Jadinya sebelum Angie mau ngomongin hal ini dulu, ini yang kita ngeliat dulu para pembalap kita. Ini adalah oke, nggak jadi ya. Tadi sebenarnya ada kejutan yang mau Angie dan Jody. Tapi kejutannya adalah bahwa selain yang tadi Angie sudah sebutkan, dari atas bukit 360 ini, itu ternyata bisa melihat keseluruhan sirkuit. Jadi kalau ada penonton yang datang, itu bisa melihat ya. Dan bahkan kalau Angie nggak tahu ya, karena ini memang ada karena kan tadi kan Jody sempat bilang bahwa ada yang pengasalan, tapi rata atau tidaknya. Nah itu di tikungan mana-mananya Angie belum mengerti. Bisa dijelaskan?
Jadi kalau kita melihat kemarin itu kan sebenarnya kalau dari permintaan pembalap pengennya keseluruhan. Cuman karena masalah waktu dan juga perangkatnya tidak memadai, akhirnya diputuskan hanya dimulai tikungan 17 sampai tikungan 5 dan ini prosesnya berjalan cukup epic lah karena waktunya sebentar dan berhasil dijalankan dan ini menyebabkan jadi ada dualisme kalau saya katakan antara si aspal yang baru dengan baru ini seperti kemarin pembalap karena beberapa pembalap agak kesulitan penyelidikannya selain memang dikasih pasokan baru namun harapannya kalau kita melihat nanti balapannya katakanlah kering mungkin akan seru banget karena pembalap minimal sudah punya gambaran seperti apa dan kalaupun di jalannya hujan ataupun balapannya istilahnya setengah basah kering ini juga sangat menarik karena pembalap sudah ada gambaran seperti apa nanti penglihatannya
Yang udah kita bahas juga tadi ya.
betul.
Nah, untuk tikungan sendiri kalau nggak salah itu